Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, we had the big one, Manny Paquiao versus Adrien Broner. Good fight, right? I didn't come directly after the fight. Had things to do. Did some other videos in between because this one might get longer. Because while I was watching the fight, I'm going to tell y'all exactly what happened. Right? What happened on this one. This is a little different. I was able to come in. I didn't get into about the middle of round 7, going into round 8. So, I watched those rounds, and I thought, well, shoot, Adrien Broner did pretty well. It's not that bad, And seeing what the scores were, I'm like, okay, well, shoot, I'll go back in the day and check it out. Paquiao beat him. Okay, whatever. Paquiao must have did a whole lot from round 1 to 7. Right? I'm thinking, well, shoot, Paquiao must have really destroyed him in those first rounds. Now, I saw a nice left hand that Broner stumbled back. I saw that, but I saw a lot of straight right hands from Broner. Right? So before we even go further, let's make sure that everybody knows how I feel about Adrien Broner, but not only him, Tyson Fury and Amir Khan. Y'all know what time it is. It's like whatever, right? Because they do too much stuff outside of the ring, shenanigans. But so I'm not the biggest Broner fan, but I'm going to be fair, like I always am. And the bottom line is this, right? First and foremost has to be this. Judges, and I don't know this, I should have did my research before I even doing this video. Judges need to have earmuffs on. I said that about 1.5 years, 2 years ago. That's how I look at fighting. Judges have to have earphones, earmuffs. They should not be able to be influenced by the crowd. Crowd noises should be off the cards, period. Because if not, it's almost impossible to judge a fight being a human being. Then we'd have to let machines do it. And we don't want to go there. This ain't iRobot. We want them. It's okay to have, people involved, right? But if you are able or capable to hear the crowd, then you're not judging a fight like this. It's impossible for you. Because it doesn't matter what happens from one of the fighters. They can lunge in and throw punches and land maybe 1 from 5 punches, a flurry, and the crowd goes nuts, right? A straight right hand is being ignored. No one says anything about it. Unless it's one of those devastating straight right hands, then you might get a couple of ooh. But you're not going to get whoa, right? And this fight is a perfect example of that. The crowd, you have to take the crowd out of it if you're going to watch a fight like that. If you're trying to judge it. If you're just going to watch it and enjoy it, then if whoever wins doesn't matter and, they said he won, then okay. A casual fan, okay, Paquiao won. He was coming forward. He was throwing punches, right? It doesn't matter if they land or not. Some did. But I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm going to say this before I even get into everything, how it happened to me from when I watched it. Adrien Broner is never, ever going to think that he lost to Manny Paquiao. And I agree with him, right? That's why I know he is not. So don't expect him to think he lost to Manny Pacquiao. Don't expect him or don't call it sour grapes from his part because it isn't. He was in the ring. He knows when he hit him and when he didn't. He knows that he was getting away or having his hands up when Pacquiao was coming in just lunging in and throwing punches. You still have to land them, right? I wish this was the Olympics so we could see who landed, right? Throwing is one thing, and that's good. It's aggressiveness and all of that. But you do have to land them. And I don't know, guys, right? And I'm just saying, because I've stepped back, said I'm going to score it now because I'm going to go back and watch rounds 1 to 7. And boy, Pacquiao didn't dominate 1 to 7, right? Pacquiao did not dominate 1 to 7. Now I'm talking about, I wrote little notes like counter lefts in round 1s, right? And I wrote it for Pacquiao, attacking but not landing. Counter lefts, right? And the coach said it too, right? And, then the second round was the straight right hands was ignored, right? I'm looking at that. I'm like, why are we ignoring these? Well, I understand, right? So, I gave Broner the first 2 rounds. I gave Pacquiao round 3, but I gave Broner the first 3 rounds. In round 4, I'm talking about, this is what I had seen in round 4. That Pacquiao And I wrote this down before the end of round 4. That's why I know what I was seeing. What Pacquiao, when he would throw that jab, the jab, Broner was timing the left hook, which made me like, because I'm not a Broner fan, I'm like, man, his hands are fast. I forgot about that. Because all the stuff he does outside the ring, I'm on that so much I'm forgetting. Dude is fast with the left hook. Didn't land it every time, but he landed a lot. Had Paquiao even off balance, where Paquiao was hesitant to throw the jab. I saw that. And then what tripped me out, I just wrote it down real quick. And then round 5, the end of the round, his coach said the same thing. Because of your bunch, you got Manny hesitant. I'm like, wow. And hesitant. And then round 5 or 6, I gave even. I wrote even easy work down. He was looking a little easy for Broner. So I really didn't, I gave Pacquiao a few rounds here, but he didn't dominate this fight to me at all. And so I'm just saying, we just got to see what's going on. I saw also, in slow motion, when you were watching the fight, slow motion in rounds 2 and 3, remember? And we thought, the crowd was going crazy because Pacquiao rushed him and they showed the slow motion and he didn't land nothing in slow motion. And I was thinking, you know what people do when they see that he didn't land? They start an argument when they're watching it on TV with somebody else so nobody can look at it. They start an argument with somebody. Hey, man, what we doing on Tuesday? Huh? No, man, we was bowling last week. No, you didn't win. Stuff like that. Just start something. So somebody, don't see that he was attacking, and then you saw in slow motion that he didn't land anything. Right? They did that after round 1 and round 2 and round 3. And Broner get out the way, and then what would happen after he didn't land anything? A straight right hand. Right? That's what would happen. So I'm like, okay now. Okay. Now, that's interesting. I had Broner winning this fight 116, 114. Right? I gave him a few rounds of tie, stuff like that. I can go round for round. And my point would be just simply is this. People will say things, and Pacquiao, he has fans. And, listen, Pacquiao's 40 years old, man. So it's awesome what he's doing anyway. It's awesome, man. We ain't nobody hating on Pacquiao. He's having his business. Just things about Pacquiao, just certain things. Like, for example, he lost to Jeff Horn. He got dominated by Floyd Mayweather. He's lost a few fights. He's been flatlined a few times. But he comes back and he fights hard. And another thing that I don't agree with is 8 division world champion. I ain't going for the divisions. There's enough of them. It's about 17 divisions. So all those catch weights and things like that, they don't count for me. For me personally. We don't have 17 divisions. 30 years ago, they didn't exist. So what are those guys? So for somebody 30 years ago with a 3-weight division, in this age, didn't double it. He'll be 6 then. You see what I'm saying? If there's a 4-weight division back then he's at least 8 or probably 12 divisions. Dudes coming up from welterweight, going all the way up to light heavyweight and stuff like that back in the day. It's about 18,000 division between welterweight and light heavy now. All right, so and then you got all those divisions. Then you got the nerve to have a catch weight. So my point is, you can't count a catch weight and then count it for the division, the full weight. So those are little things that has nothing to do with me disliking Pacquiao, because I like Pacquiao. Pacquiao having his business. It's just I don't like anybody enough to just follow him blindly and be unfair to the opponent. There's just something happened here, So that's the one thing that I don't have in common with Earthlings. You know what I'm saying? I just don't do that, so I must be some alien DNA. The thing about this is, though, another thing I wrote down that was kind of funny, because I'm looking at a little note. One thing I wrote down that was kind of funny. When they showed Mikey Garcia and Deontay Wilder, one, you see the crowd didn't even go off about Deontay Wilder. Right? That just shows you, because it's a Pacquiao crowd in there. They probably won't like a Deontay Wilder. Right? But I noticed that Mike Garcia was sitting close to him. Mike Garcia, you fight a lightweight sometime. About to just go up to welterweight. Mike Garcia's head is just as big as Deontay Wilder's. I don't think Spence going to miss that too much. Y'all know I think Mike Garcia is a hero. But, you got a big old head, dude. As big as the heavyweights. That's some funny stuff right there. I was checking that out. But here we go. The point about this is this Pacquiao-Broner fight is when you hear all the people talking about it. I've listened for a day or two and I've seen all the pundits talking about Manny Pacquiao has won. It was dominated. Adrien Broner didn't let his hands go as he normally doesn't. But these brothers have to always do something extraordinary. Broner let his hands go enough, right? You're supposed to be careful because it's Manny Pacquiao you're fighting. Can't just be throwing punches, not worrying about what's going to be coming back. Matter of fact, even Manny Pacquiao didn't do that. Manny Pacquiao was definitely leery of what could be coming back from Adrien Broner. But you throw 4 or 5 punches, miss them, maybe hit one, and everybody's going nuts. That would lead you to believe that something was happening. Broner gets up out of there and then makes him pay for it. That has to also be something. But this narrative, I've read articles, Broner beat the brakes off Pacquiao. Broner dominated him. You know, stuff like that. I'm like, excuse me, that's not what. Forget the crowd. Forget the crowd. You take the crowd totally out of that. You know, just because they're jumping up. You know, because they, you know, it's BTBG, first of all. And then you got BTBG, and then you got Adrien Broner, who understands that they're not going to like you anyway. So why waste time with that? So he makes them hate him even more by being obnoxious. All right? And, you know, it's from Floyd Mayweather's playbook. That's not what they planned, or Mayweather didn't plan that. But if you say you ain't going to get paid, right, and you to do everything correctly, nobody care about that. Andre Ward is an example of that. So they're going to hate you anyway, so you might as well make them hate you even more, because then they're going to come to pay to see you get your face bashed in. That's what this is all about. That's what basically boxing is. People are totally jumping. When I saw Pacquiao just lean forward and throw a few punches, people jumping all in the crowd. You know, and then bam, bam, a couple of jabs on straight right hands. No acknowledgement. So my point, when you judge this fight, and I'm pretty sure they don't have earmuffs on, and so they're influenced. So you have a scorecard of 117 to 111 for Pacquiao, right? And here's the point: no outrage whatsoever, none. But 117, 111 is ludicrous if you watch that fight. And here's the deal, guys. I challenge you to go back and you tell me, you go back and you look at rounds 1 through 4. And you tell me, you look at them. And you look and see and count the punches of who land. Not just throwing, who land from 1 to 4. You tell me Broner didn't win 3 of them. But I got him winning 3. Right? And you had to give him 1 and 2. But see, they gave him none. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. It's impossible. But you're influenced by the crowd. And that's the bottom line here. When it's BTBG, the crowd's going to always be tripping because an American black brother's getting beat up. That's what they're coming to see. But that does not mean that the judges need to be influenced by crowds. That has to get out of boxing. Now, mind you, I don't know. Maybe they've already handled this. And I wouldn't understand why the scorecards are so or like that. But that would explain it if you're delved into the crowd and you hear these things all the time. I was watching the fight the other day. I don't know if it was the Android fight or somebody, but somebody's trainer or somebody in the back or the crowd or something, every time he landed a jab or threw a jab, they was like, whoa, whoa. And I was like, yeah, that's a good job, especially if you're a black fighter. Do that. So, because they missing it and they ain't going to count it, but you let them know that we see it. You know, something like that, because that's what's going on right here. And it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And for those, you know, who don't believe what I'm saying, just do me a favor. Just go back yourself and check it out. All right? Check it out. And, you know, a lot of people don't go back and watch fights because anybody got no damn time for that. Right? We watch the fight good. That's what's up, a casual fan. But if you're going to be on here giving comments or you care more about who won the fight, stuff like that, then, you know, check it out yourself, you know, and sometimes you have to turn this stuff off. But I left the crowd on. I tune out commentary. I've tuned that out because I don't really care what anybody's saying until later. Maybe a week or two later, I go back and watch it and their commentary is okay. But I don't care it because I care because I know I'm going to be coming on here. And I'm not going to be influenced by what somebody else is saying. Probably anyway. That's just me. But the thing is, when you have a fight like this, Adrien Broner is perceived to have lost another fight, and Adrien Broner actually looked good. Now he's going to be told he's not letting his hands go enough. That was enough to beat Pacquiao. And like I said, I had him at the end, 116, 114 up. That's me, whatever. A draw would be okay or something, or a closer fight would be okay. But 117, 111, and 2 times 116, 112, which is closer, but should have been even closer than that in my opinion. And like I told you at the beginning of this, Adrien Broner is not going to ever believe he lost that Manny Paquiao because he knows when he was hitting him. And you've seen it. He knows for sure he was hitting him. Yeah, Manny Paquiao off balance. A lot of times people ignore that. I don't know why, but it's something with Manny Pacquiao. Now, me, I haven't checked out any uploaders. And I know most people who I've seen so far, I think Pacquiao won, and it wasn't even close. So, therefore I know I'm on the outskirts of what my opinion. I've seen one guy who has said that's not so. He thinks that Broner won. I didn't get a chance to check that video. I'm going to probably do that now. I want to check out and see why he thinks the same thing, if it's similar to mine, but I don't like to look at anybody's opinion before I come on here, especially if it's the same as mine, you know what I'm saying? So that, we're not going to be influenced by outside opinions, right? Not influenced before this. I'm telling you, me watching the fight, first when I went, I watched rounds from round 7.5 to 12. I was like, ooh, Broner looked pretty good. But when I saw the scorecards, I was like, ooh, 1-7 has to be. I mean, Pacquiao must have tore him up there. And it was exactly the opposite. So, if you wanted me to, I can go from all the rounds to how I scored them. And although I'm not some great scorer, I don't know. This is just the way I was looking at it. I'm counting blows, and I'm not counting just aggression that's not, it's not positive aggression. It's just I'm aggressive, but I'm missing. And so that would mean when you're missing, that somebody's defense is making you miss. So if you're going to give props to something, what about the defense? You know what I mean? So it's all subjective. It's not a problem. But Adrien Broner himself thinking he lost to Manny Pacquiao, guys, that's not happening. Not even 2 years from now. That's not happening. And that's not happening after he goes home and watches the fight. It's definitely not going to happen. AB will be talking most smack now after watching that fight than he was after that fight. Mark my words. And the reason it's going to be that way is because that's how he felt. He was in there, and I feel similar. Doma Sports Talk. Worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all. No shade to Pac-Man, though. Remember that.